Is it a risk for President Biden to say that he does not think the United States is going to be in a recession? And does the White House have any concerns that it will look misguided if the U.S. does enter a recession?
So the second part is, speculation right now. And the answer to your first part is no, because we're looking at the facts.
Well, that certainly didn't age well. Yeah, it's official. The gross domestic product, that's the GDP, kids, shrank by about 1% in the second quarter annually. That makes for the second consecutive quarter of shrinkage in our economy, which means, yeah, you know what that means. It means we're in the middle of a recession. In fact, we're 6 months into a recession. That's right. The recession isn't just starting. We've been in it. But of course, you already know that, don't you? So what does the White House have to say about the Biden recession? Well, not much, actually. They put out a written statement and, well, they're not even using the R word. We are on the right path and we will come through this transition stronger and more secure. Oh, you see, everything's great. It's not a recession. It's a transition. A transition? Wait. What kind of transition? You mean like, who wrote this? Admiral Rachel Levine? This is not a transition, okay? No, this is a transition. Okay, well, technically it was a video crossfade style of a transition, but that was much more of a transition, and pretty cool looking too, than this recession. This is Biden's recession, and whatever you call it, it's not going to change anything. But when this administration isn't using euphemisms to explain away Biden's withering, stagnant, impotent recession, instead they're trying to redefine the actual word recession.
If things are going so great, though, then why is it the White House officials are trying to redefine recession?
No, we're not redefining recession.
If we all understand a recession to be 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth in a row, and then you have White House officials come up here to say, no, that's not what a recession is. It's something else. How is that not redefining recession?
Because that's not the definition. That is not the definition.
Brian Deese said in 2008, of course, economists have a technical definition, which is of a recession, which is 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth.
I can tell you this.
Yesterday he said 2 negative quarters of GDP growth is not the technical definition of a recession.
It is
What
not.
changed?
It is not.
Why did he say that
It
was?
is not.
Well, listen, we don't expect any less or more from this hapless White House. What's really depressing is members of the media are actually going along with this charade. Here's Politico. The White House is pretty obviously right that even 2 quarters of shrinking GDP would not show the economy is currently in recession, but getting people to understand that and the nuances of our strange, vexing economic moment is just really hard. Aw, thanks, Ben White, for doing this really hard, nuanced, vexing work of shilling for president transition. AP jumped on board, too. By one common definition, the economic shrinking for consecutive quarters, the U.S. economy is on the cusp of a recession. Yet that definition isn't the one that counts. Even comedian and talk show host Conan O'Brien jumped on board with redefining recession. The White House now says that it's only a recession if you see a salamander wearing a top hat. Listen, if there's one thing we've learned here is the Democrats in just 1 year can ruin a great economy. But that's not the only thing they've achieved in this first year and a half of the Biden White House. No, they've also really done well at redefining words that you and I always thought we had a common understanding of what they meant. Recession is just the latest one. Let's not forget, they also redefined racist. Racist now means a conservative or a Republican or a Trump supporter or really anyone who doesn't ignore looting and arson in the middle of a Black Lives Matter riot and doesn't want to defund the police. That's now racist. Ooh, speaking of riots and looting, they've now redefined the term mostly peaceful. Mostly peaceful now means this.
Hey, what's up, everybody? So right now we're still here in Kenosha. Riots are still going on. Right now, the curfew is still technically in effect, but as you can see, a lot of people are still out and about. Obviously, burning building behind me, or as Ali Velshi would say, not an unruly protest.
They've also redefined vaccines. Now, vaccines used to be a substance that you would inject into your body, creates antibodies giving you immunity from a virus or a disease. Now it's a substance that you're not allowed to ask questions about, but you gotta shoot it into your body or you'll lose your job. They've redefined the word democracy. It now means a system of government where the population elects members of the Democratic Party to be their representatives. If they elect members of the Republican Party, it's a rigged election and a bloodless coup. And then, of course, they've redefined the term woman.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah,
I can't.
you can't?
Woman now means this. Listen, they can call this economy whatever they want. You know what's really happening here. You know that it costs you more to go to the grocery store to buy food for your children. That's if you can actually find baby formula on the shelves to feed your children. It costs you more in gas to get to the grocery store. It costs you more to buy that car to get to the grocery store. It costs you more to buy the house or rent the apartment that you return to if you were lucky enough to buy very expensive food at the grocery store. You know what this really is. They can call it what they want. They can redefine words. The important thing is you remember all of this on Election Day. See you in November.